Here at Salvatore Dental, I had a crown and then 3 veneers on my front 4 teeth. When I was younger, I had fallen and broken my front tooth. And for years, they just patched it up and just to hold me over. And then I was on vacation in Florida and I broke my front tooth completely. So when I came back, I had to get a crown and the crown never matched. I was very insecure about it my whole life. And then working here at Salvatore Dental, I had broken my crown and Dr. Vera had actually taken a look at it and we decided that it was best and it would fit me more comfortably if I did veneers along to color match. And it just made me so much more confident with my smile.
How did it feel before when you smiled versus how it feels now?
For my smile being like that for so long, I started to get used to it. But there would be times where I'm just looking in the mirror, like smiling, and I'm like, this isn't me. Like, my teeth aren't supposed to look like this. Like, I'm so young and I should be confident with my smile. And when Dr. Vera came to me with the idea of color matching the veneers to the crown, it just made me so much more happy knowing that like one day when I smile, I'm like, wow, that looks like me more.
And along with the veneers, you had you did a little bit of gum contouring to make sure everything was uniform. What was that like?
Honestly, I didn't want them to tell me anything because I was very scared. But they walked me through everything and told me what they were gonna do. Actually, a couple of years ago, I had gone back to my orthodontist because my 2 teeth next to my front teeth, they've always been so much smaller. So my smile never looked very symmetrical. When I had asked them if that's something they could fix, they told me that that's just how my teeth are. So when Dr. Vera came up with the idea, I had asked her is that something we can change? Can my front 4 teeth look more symmetrical? And she said yes, and I was right along with the idea.
And what do you think of the results?
I love them. I'm not even gonna lie, after I left here, the day we finished, I had my rearview mirror and I was just smiling away in it. And I was like, oh no, I'm driving, I need to focus. But I haven't stopped staring at myself since.
Did the bite change at all? Does it feel super comfortable? Tell me a little bit about that.
Honestly, I don't know how I did it before because afterwards it was this is how it's supposed to feel. And I can't even remember what it was like before.
That's amazing. And how is it eating?
Perfect. I mean, the stretch of not being able to use my front teeth for a bit was a little difficult, but it was worth it in the end. I can eat anything and not have to worry about, oh no, am I gonna break the bonding or is my crown gonna fall off?
What was your experience like with the temporary?
At first, I was scared because the week that we did my temps, I was actually leaving for vacation the next week. So it was a little nerve-wracking, and at first I was so unbelievably careful. And once I realized that, yes, they are easy to break, but you don't need to really change much. Just cut up your food. It makes it so much easier, and it's worth it in the end, honestly. I was nervous. I was scared they weren't gonna look normal. They weren't gonna look like teeth. But when Dr. Vera showed me through that mirror, I was like, these are the quote-unquote temps. These look amazing for being temporaries. Can I keep these? It was just weird getting used to not being able to floss again.
And now that you have your finals, you're back to flossing every night?
Yes, using my water flosser.
Using your water flosser, but the care of the veneers and the crown, is there any difference from what you were doing before?
I feel like flossing and water flossing, it has more of a purpose now. Before, I didn't like my teeth. And I mean, I floss, but it was just in the daily routine. And now it's I'm so excited to look at my teeth.
What have your friends and family said about your new smile?
They love them. At first, when I came to my parents with the idea, they were like, really? And I was like, come on, I just want to be confident with my smile again. And working here, they're like, well, you have the best people behind you. And if they're suggesting it and you think it's a good idea, go for it. And at first, I was kind of questioning my decision just because of things people had said. But then when I was done, I sent everybody in my family a picture. They were like, wow, you look so good. My friends, a couple of them have asked me so when can I come in for my appointment? I'm like, hey, call me up at the office. I'll get you in.
Well, that's amazing because I know that you've had a lot of dental trauma that you've been through.
Yeah, a lot.
This is happy ending to part of it.
Yes, and one day it'll all be complete.
Yeah, makes it worth the temporaries and all that.
Oh, definitely. I would recommend this treatment for anybody who just wants a better smile. Not that they need it, but sometimes it's just what you want to do. And if it makes you feel better, it's totally worth it in the end.
Now, one last thing is I know that you're someone that, even though you work here, you don't love to sit in the dental chair. So tell me what it was kind of like to work through that while getting this treatment done. Because I know that a lot of times for people, it takes a lot for them to come in the door and to sit down in the chair. So just tell me what your thought process was. What are some things that really helped you?
At first, when I decided, I tried not to think about what was going to happen or what Dr. Vera needed to do. And I kind of just waited for the date of the appointment. And then I started asking questions. And I had asked about Novocaine, and I have a really big fear of needles. I do not enjoy them. And when I came to Dr. Vera and Kathleen, well, you, with my concern of this, they were very helpful, and they could see that I was nervous. Actually, Oksana, Dr. Vera's mom, came and sat with me through my first appointment, and she held my hand, and I was so scared, and then I didn't even feel it. I didn't know why I was so nervous. They offered me headphones and to watch a movie, which was it was nice. And actually, I didn't even have the sound on because Dr. Vera just walks you through everything, and she tells you what she's doing if you want to know, which I'm very curious all the time. And it was such a good experience being so nervous at first. And then during my temporaries, I just kept thinking that next appointment, oh no, I have to get the needle again. And I'm so scared. And again, then Kathleen came in, and it was so nice. It made me feel so much more confident, and knowing that you can have a good dental visit. Not all are bad. Just because you've had trauma doesn't mean you're going to have a bad experience again. You just have to go somewhere else. And I would 100% come to Salvatore Dental over and over and over again.
Unfortunately, you're moving, you're leaving us.
Yeah.
But you're still gonna fly back for your dental care, right?
Oh, well, for sure.
Every 6 months we're gonna see you.
People in Texas are gonna ask me about my dental office. I'm gonna be like, just fly to Malta. It's not that far.
I know that confidence in going through this and everything was such a huge thing for you, and being able to see yourself. How do you feel you've changed since having this done?
Mentally, which I didn't think that would affect me, but from the day that I got my temps, from the day that I got my finals, just walking out of here knowing that I'm gonna walk down the street or something. I was always smiling before, but it's a different kind of smile when you're happy to be smiling. I've always been a smiley person, but now smiling and knowing people are staring at my teeth, people are telling me my teeth look good. It makes you feel so much better as a person. And it's just awesome. It's so nice.
Well, thank you for sharing with me.
Of course. Thank you.